All right, welcome to session C of my PPro Summer 2022 training. And we are on page 14. In this session, we're going to get into adding text and graphics. So adding just a still image is really not too complicated. You import it and you drag it in. It's pretty simple. One thing to know is the default duration of anything that's still when you bring it in is 5 seconds. So it's automatically going to make it 5 seconds long. And of course you can change that very easily by dragging the edge or right clicking and changing the speed duration. Because that part's easy, I didn't really include adding a JPEG on the timeline. But what we are going to deal with are what PPro calls graphics, because graphics includes things like pictures, but more so things like text and shapes. So we're going to look at that here in session C. All right, so for this, we're going to actually switch our workspace again to the graphics workspace, which is going to look a little different again. So we have a new panel over here called Essential Graphics. So just like we had Essential Sound for our audio, we have one for Essential Graphics over here for this one. And you're going to see there are templates, and I don't get into the templates at all in this session, but there's a bunch of built-in templates, which are a lot of fun. Notice there's like credits and little captions, and these are very easy. You click on them. After you insert them, you just double click and you can edit it right straight from the program monitor. Very simple to use, any of the ones that are built in. We're going to create our own types, but I want you to see that that's over there. All right, now we're going to go to our gap over here that we left. So I'm going to press the down arrow to get to that 22-second mark. So we are at the 22-second mark gap. I just scrubbed over to flowers and then hit the down arrow. Now we're going to turn on targeting for video 2. So see how video 1 is blue over here? That just means it's targeted. Like if we were to add something in, it would automatically land on video 1, for instance. But let's go ahead and just target video 2 for now because we're not working with video 1. Because video 1 is kind of done. And by the way, there are padlocks over here. So if you wanted to make sure you didn't mess something up, you could padlock. This is also important because like ripple delete, for instance, when we use that, it scoots everything over, but it won't scoot over things that are locked. So like if you had sound files you didn't want to move, you'd want to lock those before you started doing any kind of rippling. So, you know, you could lock all of these. I'm not going to right now, but just be aware we're targeting track 2 and I'm not locking the rest, but you could. Okay. So we're going to select the type tool. Now notice that in the graphics workspace, they put our tools here in the middle. Isn't that fun? So like it's right here in middle. And you're just going to click on the T tool, the type tool. And now you're active. You're ready to start creating type. I'm just going to click in the program monitor one time. And then notice over here in Essential Graphics, this changes. Okay. Now I'm going to also note to you that down there on video 3 or video 2, you're going to see a thing that says graphic. And the reason we did it on video 2 is because remember I told you a default length on stills is 5 seconds. So this graphic is 5 seconds long. It would have run into our man arms if I tried to do it in that gap. So that's why we did this on a different line. That's important. Okay, so I've got this in here. I'm ready to start typing. We're going to type just breathe in here. Okay. And then we're going to switch back to the selection arrow. So selection tool V, and you can pick this up and move it, position it wherever you want it, but really it's best to try to use any of these buttons over here. Now notice that this is considered a graphic. This graphic has a layer. This top right, these are the layers for your graphic. And we're going to get into it in a minute, but there's a little button here where you can create new layers with other items so that they'll all be connected. Okay. All right. So now on the right hand side of your screen, you're going to see this thing called Effect Controls. So we're going to get into this much more in depth in the next session, but Effect Controls will mirror a lot of these things that we're seeing on the right side of our screen. So on the left hand side, notice where it says graphics, you see text, just breathe. And if I expand that, if I hit the arrow next to it, you're going to see some of the same buttons that you see over here. So you could access this from Essential Graphics, or you could access this over here in the Effect Controls. Okay. Now let's go ahead and set this to a thick font, and you could do it from whichever side. I prefer to use the Essential Graphics. I'm going to press my down arrow and go through and choose kind of a thick font. I'm just going to choose this one that's right here close, Twist MT Condensed Ultra Bold, because that's a pretty thick little font. And then there is a slider here right underneath the name of the font that says 100, and that's how you can make it bigger or smaller. So you have that option. You can also use the corner handles and just make it bigger, but the weird thing is it doesn't actually change the size of the font. It changes the scale of the font, which is up here. So if you grab a hold of one of these corners, see the 228 stays 228, but this little number here for scale actually gets bigger. It doesn't really matter, but just understand that if you, like if I'm a teacher and I'm telling students to make something a certain size, they could still use this button, and technically it looks like it's still that size, right? Anyway, so I've got that, and we've got it rather large in here so that it takes up a good chunk of the screen. Now, if you look closely at the title, there is this funny little blue dot thing, and I don't know why the default is to put this in the corner, but this is the rotation point or the orientation point of this dot, of this actual box. So if we go over here to the right and we rotate, see, it rotates based on that orientation point, which is not my most favorite thing. Now you can pick up that orientation point and just position it. See, it all acts really weird, but position it like in the middle and then just, you know, pick it up and scoot it or whatever. Now we don't have to try to make this center on our own. There are buttons in the Align and Transform group, and we are going to use those buttons to align it to the frame horizontally and vertically, so it is right smack in the middle. Okay. Anyway, that's how that works. You could add a stroke or a shadow. So there is a button down here for strokes. So like I could add a stroke, for example. We're not going to do that for this. I'm going to delete it, but just showing you, like you could add a stroke in there. You could add a shadow, which you wouldn't be able to see because we're on a black background, but all of those buttons are there. For us, we're going to do a special effect. And so if we added a stroke, the stroke would disappear in a minute anyways because of what we're going to do. Up here in the Edit tab of the Essential Graphics panel, where it says Just Breathe, you're going to hit that little New Piece of Paper button. That's the New Layer button, and you're going to go to From File. Now, also notice in here, there's rectangle and ellipse. If I wanted to draw a rectangle in here, you know, like on the news programs where they got like a bar at the bottom of the screen or whatever, you could use that to draw the rectangle for that. You can do those from within here as well. But we're going to From File, and you're going to go back to your folder and grab a hold of the file called water.mp4. Okay, we're going to put that in, and now notice we have two layers, one that's called Water and one that's called Just Breathe. But Water is above Just Breathe, and we can't see it anymore. So you can just reorder these layers, just click and drag. So now I've got Just Breathe on top of Water. So we've just got these reordered in this way. Okay. Now, when you're clicked on Just Breathe, we get these text options down here. When you're clicked on Water, we don't get near as many options here. But you can tell we do have a scale. We could scale this down. So this is actually bigger than 1080p, the Water is. So you could scale that Water down. You could rotate that Water layer as well. Like you have all those options as well in there. But what we're going to do, and you can do whatever to the Water, is we're going to click on that Just Breathe. And all the way at the bottom, there's an option under the Appearance section called Mask with Text. So we're going to create a mask, which means hide the Water, except inside where the text is. We click on that, and then bam, we have that on there. And again, if we would have had a stroke or whatever, those things just disappear. Like if I add a stroke on here and make it bigger, all it does is make the mask bigger. So it doesn't really accomplish anything when you're doing those. Okay. So anyway, and again, you could resize your Water still from within here. Just click on Water, and then, you know, you can go through and decide how you want this to be, and you can see it kind of move around in there. Like if you want the part that has the sun on it to show, like right there, I can do that. You just want to make sure that it still fits in the shape. Okay. And then finally, we're going to add one more little thing in here. So let's click on the new layer icon again, and then click on From File, and we're going to choose the Breathe clip art. Now this is an Adobe Illustrator file that I just whipped together. So it's a vector. I didn't export it or anything, just pulled it in. There it is. And you should be able to just pick it up and scoot it. We'll scoot it up to the bottom right-hand corner. You can scale it using the scale button, or you can just use the corner handles yourself and position it in that bottom corner. And then below all of that, while we're on Breathe Clip Art, again, we don't have a lot of options. We can center, we can rotate, we can scale. But this little thing that says 100 here, this is opacity, which is that see-through. So like a lot of videos have a watermark in the corner. So this is a nice way if you wanted to add a watermark, you could pull that opacity back and just always have that sitting in the bottom corner of a video. Okay, and then again, you're not going to need to do this for the project, but if you just wanted to take a look, you could add things like a rectangle, for instance, and then I could put that rectangle in here, you know, and I could, you know, make it bigger or smaller or whatever I wanted to do to that rectangle and position it, you know, in the project as well. So you've got all kinds of other options. These are all going to be treated as one big piece, one group, because down here on the timeline, it's just called Just Breathe. Like it's just down there and it's one graphic that consists of multiple layers. All right. Now I'm going to delete that because I don't need that shape layer. To delete the shape layer, you just simply right click it and clear it and then it's gone. Okay. So you can feel free to add some additional things to that if you wanted to as well. All right. Let's give it a save. That takes care of page 15 in session